Today we are unleashing a list that every gamer has been waiting for. 20 insane upcoming games that will redefine what we thought was possible. These are not just releases, these are full-blown experiences. Worlds you'll want to get lost in, battles you'll never forget, and graphics so unreal they'll leave your jaw on the floor. Team Ninja returns with Nioh 3, and everything about it feels like a bold step forward while still holding onto the essence that fans love. Scheduled for release in early 2026 on PlayStation 5 and PC, this new entry won't be a vast open world but instead embraces a refined open zone structure, letting players dive into areas that feel alive, dynamic, and full of hidden dangers. Earlier this year, players had a taste through the alpha demo on PS5, which not only offered a glimpse of the brutal combat, but also rewarded those who finished it with an exclusive helmet for the full game. Now, a 19-minute gameplay showcase has revealed even more. Sprawling, open-ended levels, optional bosses lurking in the shadows, and the eerie Crucible, a place drenched in dread.
How foolish of you to have entered the depths of hell!
From the creators of Ghost Runner comes something entirely darker. Valor Mortis, a first-person Souls-like set against the bleak backdrop of an alternate 19th century Europe, twisted by plague and corruption. You step into the role of William, a soldier of the Grande Armée who has risen from the grave, cursed and empowered by a substance known as Neptoglobin. Every clash feels immediate and merciless. Swords clash in the mud, pistols roar, and eerie transmutations let you conjure destructive powers from the very fabric of the world, like fire blasts that scorch both man and monster. The game embraces precision. Parrying, dodging, and dashing are essential to survival. But the first-person perspective makes every duel raw and personal, as if the blade is truly in your hands. One of the darkest chapters in the TMNT universe comes to life in The Last Ronin, a third-person action RPG adapted from the acclaimed comic. Officially announced in 2023, it's being developed by Black Forest Games and published by THQ Nordic for PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC. The game has no confirmed release date yet, and while development faced turbulence after major layoffs in early 2024, the vision remains ambitious. Players can expect an experience that feels like stepping straight into the comic itself, where somber visuals and brutal combat capture the weight of the story. The studio has drawn heavy inspiration from the God of War reboot, promising cinematic storytelling, fluid action, and environments drenched in atmosphere. Kaidan is a haunting new action experience that drags players into a nightmare vision of feudal Japan corrupted by cosmic horror. Created by Fifth Column Studio, this cinematic extraction light adventure blends the brutality of close combat with the slow burn tension of survival horror. You play as a seeker, bound to a mysterious entity known as the Envoy, and return to Ikaiguchi, a land scarred by yokai and distorted by cosmic anomalies. Each mission forces you to balance scarce resources, relics, and the fragile sanity of your characters, all while facing yokai bosses whose presence alone can shatter resolve. The game supports both solo play and co-op, letting you descend into this madness together, and its design leans into high stakes. Every expedition feels like it could be your last.
Your body shatters and broken.
Marvel steps into the world of anime-styled fighters with Marvel Tokon, Fighting Souls, a brand new 4 vs 4 tag team battle game created by Arc System Works in collaboration with PlayStation Studios and Marvel Games. Coming in 2026 to PlayStation 5 and PC, it combines the fluid, stylish combat ArcSys is famous for with the legendary heroes and villains of Marvel. The system starts small. You open with one fighter and one assist. But as the battle heats up, mechanics like wall breaks unlock the rest of your 4-hero squad, turning the arena into pure chaos. Accessibility is key, with auto combos and simple special inputs for newcomers, while still offering incredible depth for pros hungry to master every move. More importantly, the developers have pledged to evolve Fighting Souls over the next decade, with constant updates and new content ensuring this becomes the definitive Marvel fighting experience.
またなベイベー。我々のチームワークは絶対に破れない。マーベル、トーコン、ファイティングソウルズ。
Mudang Two Hearts is a gripping narrative-driven action stealth thriller that blends cinematic storytelling with raw intensity. Developed by EVR Studio, it's set in a unified Korea, where a soldier and a K-pop star are caught in the chaos of a devastating terrorist attack. Their worlds collide, secrets unravel, and loyalties are tested as the story unfolds on the edge of survival. Gameplay thrives on atmosphere and tension. You'll sneak through open-ended levels, manipulate smart enemy AI, and engage in dynamic combat sequences that mix precision with adrenaline. Stealth isn't just an option. It's woven into the design, alongside performance capture that delivers lifelike emotion and weight to every scene. From the studio that gave us Little Nightmares comes something even darker, Reanimal, a survival horror adventure where childhood innocence collides with pure terror. You follow a brother and sister trapped in a nightmare version of their own home, forced to navigate an island corrupted by evil while searching desperately for their missing friends. Every step is drenched in tension, exploring desolate houses, setting out on boats across dark waters, and facing grotesque mutated creatures that embody fear itself. The story unfolds through atmosphere and fragmented clues, making discovery as important as survival. You can play alone, with AI guiding your sibling, or share the experience in both local and online co-op.
I thought you were dead.
After nearly 2 decades, Capcom revives the legendary Onimusha series with Onimusha, Way of the Sword. Built on the RE engine, this dark fantasy adventure places you in the role of Miyamoto Musashi, inspired by the legendary actor Toshiro Mifune, as you battle through a demonic vision of Edo period Kyoto. Combat is sharp and cinematic, emphasizing skillful swordplay rather than punishing difficulty. You'll master parries, blocks, including stylish no-look counters, deadly finishers known as Isen, and the mystical Oni Gauntlet, which absorbs souls to unleash devastating Oni armaments or restore your strength. Unlike the Souls-like trend, this game focuses on accessibility, rewarding experimentation and fluid action over frustration.
True. Were you feeling left out? Here, let me show you.
I don't have time for these stupid games.
I'm terribly sorry. Anyway.
Ananta, once known as Project Mugen, is an ambitious free-to-play urban open-world RPG from Naked Rain and NetEase, set to release across PC, PlayStation 5, Android, and iOS. With cel-shaded anime-inspired visuals, the city of Nova Inception Urbs comes alive as a place where urban legends and supernatural chaos collide. Exploration is thrilling and varied. You can walk, drive, swim, grapple across skyscrapers, or even use a hook-like traversal system for vertical mobility. What sets Ananta apart is its deep environmental interactivity. Signs crash down, scaffolding collapses, and objects fly when struck, turning the world into both playground and battleground. You play as an ACD agent investigating the supernatural disturbances tearing the city apart, uncovering a story that fuses mystery, legend, and modern chaos. Active Matter is a hardcore online shooter that pushes PPVVE extraction into new dimensions, both literally and figuratively. Developed by Matter Team and published by Gaijin Network, it drops players into unstable multiverse zones where you must fight rival squads, corrupted creatures, and the anomalies of reality itself. Launched in early access on September 9th, 2025, the game already offers intense raid-based combat, solo or in squads, where survival is earned through skill and strategy. Since its beta, new features have expanded the experience. Isolated PvE raids, customizable loadouts, robo-dogs, new anomalies, and contracts that layer challenge on top of chaos. Future updates promise even more, including massive PvP battles like Battle for the Nexus, vehicles, and faction-based systems. Eclipse Glow Games weaves a haunting action-adventure in Unreal Engine 5, where modern London lies shattered and fused with a mythic realm. You play as Gwendolyn, the lone survivor of an otherworldly siege who awakens with the power to command spectral knights of the Round Table. Each knight brings a distinct combat style, towering shields, surgical blades, precise range support, and you orchestrate them in real time beside Gwendolyn, turning every encounter into a shifting duet of steel and spirit. The journey moves between a broken contemporary cityscape and a medieval dreamscape, chasing grail shards and confronting proud demigods atop living colossi you can climb and battle across.
That belongs to me. Even if the price is my soul.
Built on Unreal Engine 5, Chrono Odyssey is a sweeping action MMORPG set in Cetera, a world of wide biomes and seamless exploration where time itself is your greatest tool. The Chronotector system lets you bend moments, rewind a fatal mistake, freeze a lethal strike, or reposition the battle entirely, while action combat flows through class swapping, responsive animations, and improved weapon switching. Dungeons and raids lean on discovery and variety, with branching layouts, randomized elements, and hidden quests that reward curiosity. Closed beta feedback has driven sharper controls, tighter lock-on and camera, stronger hit feedback, and a smoother early game with clearer difficulty cues and optional NPC allies. From Dark Star and PlayStation's China Hero project comes a stark action RPG about a humanoid clay puppet wandering a dying world in search of the last fragments of water. The journey spans abandoned ruins, a floating city adrift in the sky, blinding snowfields, fractured rift valleys, gloomy prisons, and choking forests, stitched together with non-linear, interconnected design that rewards careful exploration over straight lines. Combat draws from Souls-like DNA without losing its own identity, a cinematic dance of weighty strikes, measured stamina, and precise evasion, all refracted through a puppet's fragile grace. PlayStation 5 is the confirmed platform so far, with Sony's backing suggesting ambition behind the artistry. It is a tale of scarcity and perseverance, where every drop has meaning and every step carves history into clay. Formerly known as Gujian 4, Swords of Legends is a single-player action RPG from Oregon, Shanghai that steps confidently onto the global stage. You play as Sipan, an underworld enforcer who has died and returned, tasked with guiding lost souls back across the Veil. Inspired by Chinese mythology and folklore, the world brims with luminous mountains, sacred temples, and mythic beasts, all rendered in Unreal Engine 5. Combat is strategic yet welcoming, described as wide linear rather than open world or punishingly hard, and its signature soul-capturing mechanic lets you bind defeated monsters to fight at your side, then fuse their powers with companions for devastating combo attacks. It is a premium console and PC-focused adventure that trades grind for storytelling and spectacle. inviting you to walk the line between life and afterlife with blade in hand. Skydance New Media brings a wartime thriller to occupied Paris under the direction of Amy Hennig and Julian Beek. The campaign pairs two icons at a pivotal moment in history: Steve Rogers as Captain America and Azuri as the Black Panther of the 1940s, alongside Gabriel Jones of the Howling Commandos and Nanali, leader of the Wakandan spy network. Together they cut into Hydra's operations across shadowed streets, hidden laboratories, and cathedrals turned strongholds, a story steeped in the spirit of classic comics. Originally eyed for late 2025, the release now targets early 2026 to sharpen the experience. Expect cinematic action, character-driven set pieces, and a focus on partnership and perspective as four lives intersect against a rising evil, and the City of Light becomes a battlefield of ideals.
Neither do I.
From Pearl Abyss, the creators of Black Desert, comes Crimson Desert, a sweeping open-world action-adventure set on the war-torn continent of Pywell. At its heart is Cliff McDuff, a mercenary haunted by the weight of leadership and the scars of his past, who struggles to survive as chaos and rebellion engulf the land. The world is alive with detail. Vast plains and rugged mountains stretch across the horizon, while towns bustle with unrest and looming threats. Combat is dynamic and brutal, letting you clash steel in visceral duels, ride into battle on horseback, or use grappling mechanics to hurl enemies across stunning environments enhanced by ray tracing and realistic water physics. Krafton takes inspiration from Yong-Do Lee's legendary Korean fantasy novel, The Bird That Drinks Tears, in a project known for now as the Nhaga Eater. A concept trailer released in 2022 set the tone: haunting landscapes, surreal creatures, and the dark beauty of a world split between four races: humans, Rekon, Tokebi, and the Serpentine Naga. With celebrated artist Ian McCaig serving as design director and visuals powered by Unreal Engine 5, the project aims to capture the book's mythical weight and its unsettling atmosphere. At this stage, the game remains mostly conceptual, with no confirmed genre, platforms, or release window, but the vision is clear: a faithful, otherworldly adaptation of one of Korea's most acclaimed fantasy works.
Body torn into pieces. So do not weep.
For the first time in years, Virtua Fighter steps back into the ring with a brand new mainline entry from Ryuga Gotoku Studio, the team behind the Like a Dragon series. Unveiled at EVO 2025, the teaser and gameplay footage showcased returning legends like Akira Yuki and Wolf Hawkfield, alongside a newcomer named Stella, all animated with a fluidity the franchise has never seen before. Built primarily for consoles and PC, with no arcade release planned, this marks a historic shift for the series. A dedicated story mode is in development, another first aiming to expand the game's reach beyond pure competition. While producers have said there are no current plans for guest characters from other Sega franchises, they have left the door open for the future. IO Interactive, the studio behind Hitman, reinvents James Bond's beginnings with 007 First Light. It casts you as a young 26-year-old Bond still striving to earn his 00 designation. Familiar allies like MQ and Moneypenny are here, joined by new figures including his mentor Greenway and the enigmatic Miss Roth. Gameplay embraces the full Bond fantasy: stealth infiltrations, explosive firefights, slick driving sequences, ingenious gadgets, and cinematic espionage. The game flows like a hybrid of Uncharted's flair and Hitman's calculated precision. A recent State of Play presentation showcased over 30 minutes of gameplay, highlighting Bond's very first mission for MI6 and the raw tension of his earliest steps into the world of espionage. Black State made its debut at Gamescom 2025, introducing a stealth action experience where planning and precision outweigh brute force. The alpha demo revealed a range of tools for ghost-like infiltration, silent takedowns, adaptive gadgets, and even a device that instantly erases enemy bodies before alarms can be raised. But the strangest twist lies in its mystery doors. Pass through one, and on your return you may find yourself teleported to a completely different part of the level, adding a surreal unpredictability to the tension. Visually, the game leans into a sleek, futuristic stealth aesthetic, with stark lighting and sharp, polished environments. While it's listed on Steam as a third-person action adventure, the project remains in early development, and its final form is still taking shape.